Hello. Hello, guys. Good morning. Sorry. Good morning. So, how have you been? How is it going? Okay. Good. Good. Okay. So, hi. My name is Priyashma, and it's a name that is made out of the love of my mom, dad. So, my dad's name is Pradeep, and my mom's name is Shushma. That's how Priyashma came into place. So you can figure out if I can find an essence with something small as that. If I'm grown up with something so sweet, so I'm just an old school honky in a era of Gen Z. So yep, I am a person who is born between, I won't say the age apt, but between 2000 2003. So I do not know what exactly categorizes me. Am I a old school person or am I a Gen Z person? It's okay. So yeah, so something around these. So everything today is so instant, right? A high speed 5G race to finish line that does not exist. Instant coffee to ignore the burnout, instant fame to mask the world, and instant heartbreak on a Friday night. Delivered into a 5 is to 5 aspect ratio, we have become a generation of stories on Instagram that last only 24 hours, but also a digital heartbreak that deletes itself before it even has the chance to settle. We are so obsessed. We are so obsessed with the new that we have forgotten how to keep the old us. But me, I'm still stuck in the long play version of life that everyone else is just skipping a through. I'm just looking for a forever in a world that has a cancel anytime subscription. We are building empires out of vibes and trends while my heart is still searching for a rhythm that does not end. So, in accordance to these, the digital blur and the crop, we all here, we are girls here, we take 500 pictures, we take 500 photos a day and still find one that looks candid enough and post on our feed. We curate a funeral of our real ourselves, calling it a feed, an aesthetic feed. We edit the life of our memories until they look like a template, a carbon copy, not of ourselves, but a ghost of someone else's copy, someone else's vacation. We have become surgeons of our own pixels. We liquefy our waste until the walls behind us start to bend in grief. We smoothen our skin, those filters that we use, until we look like plastic dolls with no pores to breathe through. We crop out an extra part of us, the soft edges, the stretch marks, the stories our bodies are trying to tell. Because we are terrified. We are terrified that real of us isn't relatable enough. I'm tired of the pretty that feels like a lie. I don't want a filter that makes me look right while I'm hating my reflection in the middle of the night. We are cropping our insecurities to fit a square frame, but the part we cut off still carry our name. I want a lens that proves the mess was worth it. The kind of love that does not need me to work it. Give me the grain, the noise, the low exposure truth. Give me the kind of blur that looks like actual youth, where the stomach isn't flat, the laugh is deep, where the colors have faded, but the soul is high deep. I want a love that stays even after the lights go out. Because the blur isn't a mistake, it's a feeling. I want someone who sees me in the grain, the unedited, uncropped, unfiltered grain, and chooses to stay. Because you know what? The most pure depiction of vision is blur. It's not clear, it's blur. The moment you can love someone in a blurred vision is the moment you actually choose to stay. The blue tick auto spy. We don't talk anymore. We just ping. We send 5-second voice notes and still listen at a 2x speed because apparently our friends' voices are just another task to check off. We have turned intimacy into a series of haptic vibrations. We send blue ticks like a weapon or a sludge or a get out of my face, anything but actual understanding. We have become experts at the soft launch of our feelings, but we are too terrified to hard commit to a single sentence that does not have a lot or a lol to at the end to protect us. Our DMs are a graveyard of hi, what you doing, a thousand synced receipts, but nobody truly sees me. We are fluent in emoticons, a yellow smiley to hide the void, using skull emoticons for laugh while our depth is being destroyed. But have you ever felt the actual weight of a handwritten letter? The kind that does not have a delete button to make it better. The way the ink bleeds when the writer's hand starts to shake. The raw, the unedited smudge of a real heart about to break. We are so delulu. Thinking of a heart emoji on a screen is a pulse. My inbox is overflowing with vibes, but my soul is a draught, holding an empty cup. I don't want a reaction that I can scroll past. I want a postcard I can touch. I want a scent from 3 cities away that lingers on the paper. I want something that doesn't evaporate into a cloud, something that does not disappear just because the battery faded into grey. I guess people here are grown ups. Some people might be in relationships. Some people might be in a long distance relationship, away from their partners in different cities. So, on that, the Wi Fi heartbeat. They say long distance is a death sentence in 2026 because distraction is just a swipe away. We are living in a world of Bumble, bios, and Tinder topics where people are just profiles we consume like fast food. We have turned intimacy into a shopping catalog. Swipe left for a bad haircut, swipe right for a personality you'll actually never meet. Everyone is looking for the next best thing. But for me, it's like an old Bollywood movie playing on repeat. It's like Wake Up Sid, kind of signal bars on my phone. It's about the signal in my chest of the signal bars that wants me to reach to the person. So on that, I'm kissing a Gorilla Glass screen and wishing it was skin, searching for a pulse in a signal that's wearing thin. We aren't a match calculated by a cold digital algorithm. We are two old school songs that finally found the same rhythm. I traded 1,000 matches and a million empty DMs for 1 hour on a park bench, away from these glowing stems, sharing earphones, letting the silence quench the wrench of a love that's been starving on a digital bench. I'm tired of loving a ghost that only exists in the dark. I'm tired of being connected but never touched. I don't want a super like or a swipe. I want the heavy, slow burn of a physical attraction that does not disappear when I close the app. It stays. The intimacy stays, the burn stays, the desire of getting soaked in the warmth of their skin and smell stays. Everybody, when they go at night, we are a generation who does not sleep at 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock like our parents do. We sleep 2 in the night, 3 in the night, maybe someday we sleep when the sun rises. So it's about, have you ever looked at your own about me on Instagram that you have written the bio and felt like you were reading a beautifully curated obituary, creative, passionate, full of life? It feels like a character bio for a girl I haven't met in years. A girl that I traded for a consistent color palette and a niche. We have turned our souls into a product and our shadows into content. I'm out here influencing people to be authentic. and free while I'm secretly checking my insights to see which version of me the algorithm likes the most. I'm teaching you how to love yourself through a screen that is currently teaching me how to disappear. I'm selling you growth while I'm rotting in the dark, trading my fire for a digital spark. I'm a therapist in the captions, but a patient in the sheets, performing healing for a crowd of strangers and bots on the street. We are the most public generation with the most secret plan, chasing the sunshine filter while we are dying in the rain. My highlights are gold, but my camera roll is black and blue. I'm a stranger to myself just so that I'm not a stranger to you. We aren't glowed up, we are just overexposed and underloved. Inhabit our own skin, we are saving everyone's else a day while our own is crumbling behind our coming soon graphic. I don't need to be an inspiration anymore. I just want to be real without needing a like to prove that I exist. I'm an author. I just wrote a book. And for every new author or every celebrated author, for them it's very important to sell, thousands, millions of copies. And even I want to do that. It's on my vision board that one day I sell 1,000 copies of my book. But you know what? Now when I think about it, someday I'm going to sell those books. But someday also, when I reach it, I'll stand on a stage like this, where the applause in the audience will be deafening. But I realize I'll be just a main character with no one else to share the same. I would be someone curating my trauma into a carousel with a catchy hook. I'll be selling my scars before even I finish my other book. I'm optimizing my grief for a digital fraction, trading my privacy for a call to action. How many copies of me do I have to sell before I am whole? I'm networking with ghost while my real friends are on mute. Harvesting the likes while I'm killing the root. What's the point of being a bestseller in a world that's forgotten how to actually read? I'm selling my story to people who only scroll through the summary. I'm broadcasting my internal storm while grasping for a breath of quiet. I'm so busy. I'm so busy becoming a brand that I've forgotten how to be a being. I'll be just an success on paper, but a tragedy in the mirror. Before I go, some lines I would like to end with. They told me that to be an author, I had to sell my story. To be a creator, I had to sell my soul. But tonight, I'm closing the book on the performance. We have forgotten so much time optimizing our lives that we have forgotten how to inhabit them. We have become so obsessed with the version of us that everyone loves that we have abandoned the reality of us that actually bleeds. So stop looking for the high and start feeling the ache. Stop building the image and start trusting the wake. Don't let them turn your epic into a 20-second clip because you were born to be a classic, not just a hit. So that's my time. Thank you so much.